So this is our screen here for our license plate reader, and on the screen here you can see that it has our plates. What it'll do is it'll pop up our plate image here. The camera system will choose which camera it's going to come off of. We got 2 cameras on top of the car that it'll pick off. On the bottom here, it'll show up our hits as well as our manual capture. So if we want to input our plate our own way, and some other features as well. So that's what here happens. We can also pause the screen when we're driving around if you want to pause it. And this is how it works. You'll also see, we'll drive down in the police station here, and you'll see the parking lot here. So there we go. We got our first plate, and our second plate is a hit. So how it works is, again, the screen would pop up like this on the officer when they're patrolling. It would pop up the plate, so you can see, you can't even read the plate how far it is away from us, but you can see that the actual plate zooms in pretty clearly at 1464YS, and then it runs that plate through our system, and it pops up over here as a hot list. So then you'll see it's just a sample one right now that we put in, and you'll see that's a sample marker through ours. Then the officer has a choice of either rejecting it or accepting the plate. If it's a wrong plate for some reason, maybe it's misread it or whatever, then they can either choose if they want to reject it or accept it. So we can accept this one as a proper plate here. And then we choose if we enforce it or do not enforce it. So for some reason, let's say the car's parked, obviously we can't enforce it because nothing took place here. But let's say for some reason on the side of the road, if the guys want it or whatever, then we enforce it, then it keeps everything in our database. So then let's say we don't enforce it, then we go back, and there's our regular view of the screen.
So it's pretty clear the difference between the hit and the non-hit.
That's right, yeah. So your non-hit here would just show up, and then they end up getting deleted. But again, you see here, the plate's so far away, you can't even read it on the screen here, but yet it captures it in close, and it runs the plate for us. And it shows, again, which camera it is, and then it keeps going.
So how much time does this save you guys?
Lots and lots of time. We actually don't have to run plates. We just drive, keep our eyes on the road, and we're just concentrating on what we're doing. And the actual plate reader does all the work for us.
And then it makes the different sound whenever it's a hit compared to a non-hit.
Yeah, so you're hearing the beep beep like we just heard, that big loud beep. That's the one. And what would happen is normally the officer wouldn't even have this on his screen. It would be minimized, and we'd be running our different program. And then what would happen is once you did receive a hit, this screen would pop up in red, so you know you got a car that there could be something wrong with it.
And beforehand, you guys would be driving around taking all these by hand, or how would it work?
Yeah, usually we'd be driving around, and if you'd see a plate, you'd have to pull over, run the plate. Sometimes you lose the car because you're concentrating on, you have to pull over, run the plate, then find out where that car went. Where this, you see the plate, it pops up, you obviously, you look, there's the plate, and you look for the car, and there it is, and then you just go after it kind of thing. So it's a lot, it's better for officer safety.